I recently did a video talking about my disdain for the new Metroid Prime Federation, and I got a good pushback from the community. However, I would like to address some of the points I made, arguing for both, against, and for the game. Let's first talk about the trailer and the game itself. Displayed in the trailer was 4 players first-person combat in mech suits with arm cannons and side minigame called Blast Ball, something akin to Metroid Soccer. Taking a look at the trailer itself will amaze anyone, considering it's quite possibly the quickest and most hated Metroid game, if not Nintendo game. Yeah, worse than the CDI games. At the time of this video recording, it's over 55,000 dislikes, and it's so hated, a petition on change.org was made to prevent its release. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think over 1 million people would buy this. So the fact that 55,000 people actively logged into the YouTube and clicked dislike so that they could leave their dislike on the trailer, and many others commented, wouldn't bode well for this game. I personally was pretty angry myself at the fact that Nintendo cleared a game like this and slapped the name Metroid Prime on it, even though there's no clear indication of Metroid-esque system, no caves to explore, no power-ups, no mega bosses to take down, and most importantly, no Metroid Prime. This also angers fans due to the fact that it's missing many elements and instead looks like a bland FPS more than anything else. The amount of comments I received saying that this was a spin-off were pretty large though, and it made me question that perhaps it was just a spin-off, and I was getting upset over nothing. But then another person commented saying that Nintendo also did spin-offs of other games, but always have something altered in their names, like Mario Kart, or Mario Party, or Zelda Hyrule Warriors. These spin-offs were not confusing names that made a person think this was a new entry into the series instead of a spin-off. People also stated the biggest argument for this game was not to judge it before it was released. Now, I think that's pretty hypocritical in my eyes if you say to someone who is judging a game before it's released that you're telling them not to speak their opinions about the way they think the game is before it's released. If we did not judge things based on their trailers, there would be no incentive to buy anything day one without seeing much gameplay. On top of things like Xbox One being the online only all-time with the terrible DRM practices, that would have been real if the community had not been so upset about it and so vocal about it. It was reversed, and now we have a system that Microsoft seems to be putting effort into making instead. So judging something before it comes out does have its place. One of the most common comments was that people who were upset shouldn't be upset and need to stop acting so entitled. The problem is that no one is entitled here. We, the consumers, will or will not spend money if something looks good or bad to us. The main problem is with fans, we waited 7 years for a game similar to either Super Metroid in the 2D aspect or a 3D Metroid Prime, not a 2.5D, which was Metroid the Other M. Despite its storyline, it was neither a Super Metroid-esque game or a 3D Metroid Prime-esque game. And this trailer showed nothing of the sort, causing fans to be confused. It wasn't a year or two, it was 7, waiting for something, anything new. Instead, a side game with Metroid Prime slapped on it to sell copies. I asked several people about this, and people who did play the previous Metroid games, and people who also had not. And here's what they had to say. This trailer, to me, looked literally lame. Really lame. And it didn't look or feel like Metroid at all. It looked like an iOS or phone game. It looks like chibi graphics mixed with bland FPS elements. Looks like it belongs in Nintendo Land. With plenty of time to react, I still dislike the way it looks. Other games have been met with the same kind of backlash, but the problem is that those games, like Pinball and Hunters, had Metroid elements. When you take out the most badass bounty hunter, one of the most, if not the most badass female heroine, what are you left with is something extremely bland. One of my biggest worries is that on the back of Other M, I feel that this will be the final nail in the coffin. As I stated before, squandering the potential will destroy series alone. Not just 1 or 2 bad games, but man, squandering potential. Loyalists will be diehard and dedicated. But I still have to speak. I have my opinion. I do not want to see the Metroid series die. There will be people out there who will buy it. But people that are hurt the most are the real fans that continue to support the Metroid universe. I do not agree with the cancellation of a game, but I do feel that this is going to bomb and it will hurt the franchise negatively. Whether or not it sells depends on the market, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope this video clears up why fans are irate and upset about the trailer and its failure to bring a new Metroid to the series. I do want to make one thing clear though. I stand behind my opinion, and I respect anyone else's opinion about the game honestly. Whatever you like to play is your own desire and not mine. So I want to close on this. When people say they lose respect for me, keep in mind that respect is lost over an opinion of a game that has yet to even be released. Because I have a certain opinion of a game, people no longer respect me, even though I'm still a father, a war veteran, and a person who interacts with his audience. But an opinion of a game is more important than the kind of person I am or what I've done. I'll leave you with that, ladies and gentlemen. Good gaming, and God bless. And now, the important decision of joining the Maverick Rebellion. We are a tight group of individuals who rebel against stereotypes and greater evils that are commonly accepted. ISPs, children being conned out of games, sexism in video games, enough is enough, and the Mavericks have had it. If you choose to subscribe, or stay subscribed, you are joining the fight against injustice by watching my numerous video topics. From net neutrality to publishers covering up botched releases, the Mavericks are always informed on the issues plaguing your gaming experience today. So don't be left out in the cold, and don't let those people keep you down. Join the Maverick Rebellion today and become a member of the community that will listen and engage with you. What are you waiting for? Just click subscribe and you'll be in good company. Mavericks unite!